You come to life when the night skies the darkest.
The early 1500s was the beginning of the end of the Renaissance, a time period where many ideas about the world as people knew changed. There were countless new developments, along with new theories and ideas. Many of these ideas and theories went against the teachings of the Catholic Church, that would later cause its downfall with the rise of Lutheranism. Many of these ideas dealt with science and new discoveries ranging from Francis Bacon and his idea of empiricism to Nicholas Copernicus and his theory of heliocentrism.
Nicholas Copernicus, a man born on February 19, 1473 in Toruń, Royal Prussia in the Kingdom of Poland, was a man skilled in canon law, mathematics, astronomy, anatomy, politics, and economics, was about to change the world. Copernicus had many influences throughout his young life. One of those influences were Aristarchus of Samos. Aristarchus of Samos was an ancient Greek astronomer who presented the first known model that placed the sun at the center of the known universe. Samos also predicted that the Earth had a tilt on its axis. Many of Samos's ideas are in Copernicus's theory of heliocentrism. Along with heliocentrism, Copernicus had two other discoveries, including Gresham's law and the Copernican principle.
Heliocentrism is the idea that every planet in the solar system orbits around the sun. Although announced by Johann Albert Weizsäcker in front of the Catholic Church in 1533, Copernicus had told many friends of his idea through a 40-page manuscript called Commentarialis. Copernicus didn't want to make his theory public, in fear of countless objections from religious and educated people. Copernicus' theory was finally published after countless pressures from Gregor Joachim Rheticus, a Wittenberg mathematician that became Copernicus' pupil, studying with him for a 2-year period, writing a book, Narratio Prima, outlining the essence of Copernicus' theory. Rheticus also published a treatise on trigonometry that was later to be added into Copernicus' book. After these publishments of a small portion of his work, Copernicus finally agreed to publish De Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium in 1543, just before his death, triggering what is known as the Copernican Revolution.
Copernican Revolution was a watershed moment in the development of cosmology. All ideas of cosmology from the Middle Ages disappeared and a new set of ideas of the universe arose. Copernicus' model was widely accepted and soon to be further proven by Galileo. Not only did Copernicus put forth the idea of heliocentrism, but also calculated various effects that his model predicted. Through this event, Copernicus' theory modernized many ideas of Ptolemy and Aristotelian ideas that all things move towards the center. The biggest blow to medieval cosmology that was brought by the Copernican Revolution was Copernicus' magnum opus that was published after he died. This revolution brought many ideas to Copernicus' theory, from diagrams by Thomas Davis and Brahe.
Studying for many years, Copernicus was well informed about the ptolemaic theory. Copernicus wanted to explain the exact movements of the planets. As Copernicus studied all the planets, not including the Sun, he identifies that all the planets have an annual movement, which also explains the annual movement of the Earth around the Sun. Given his new data, his hypothesis of all planets orbiting the Sun and not the Earth was reinforced by the other annual movements of other planets. The unquite characteristics of the Sun also backed up his theory, in which the Sun provides light and heat to other planets. Furthermore, the other star's annual movement around the Earth explains that the rotation of the Earth on its axis.
theory of the solar system during the 1500s concluded that the Earth was the center of the universe. However, with Copernicus's theory, it proved against the age-old theory. Although it had many supporters, the Catholic Church disapproved it and it was rejected. The theory proves that the Earth is not the center of the universe, but the only object close to the center would be the Sun. It also explains that there is not a center of the universe.
Copernicus sent many manuscripts to astronomers and philosophers, in which many praised his works. However, doing so, he received some pessimism, due to the theory of heliocentrism disagreeing with the Bible. Copernicus never feared of authorities' reaction when he thought about publishing his book. In fact, the delay and hesitant of his thoughts of publishing his book was due to the large work required. The amount of astronomical observations and convoluted mathematical proofs for his theory were the reasons for his delay. His administrative duties interfered with his research and writing, which delayed his publishing.
Over the course of human history, many men have pondered the structure of the universe. It was assumed that the Earth and man were at the center of the universe. Copernicus was the first to provide evidence that the Earth was not at the center of the universe. Copernicus changed the idea of how the planets move and what they move around by modernizing ideas from the ancient Greek philosophers and provided them with the proof that allowed the idea of how the solar system worked to transform and lead the way to modernizing cosmology and astronomy. Without Copernicus's theory of heliocentrism, many scientists would not have been inspired to build upon the theory that allows us to accurately map out our solar system, enabling us to further our research of other planets by giving us the knowledge needed for space exploration. Heliocentrism was also the inspiration for the calendar. The theory of heliocentrism was officially published in 1543, called De Revolutionibus Orbium Calendarum, and gained a mass following, in which the Julian calendar was invented in 1584. The theory also debunked the belief of Earth's importance. The Bible stated that man and Earth were at the center of the universe. Thus, it made man feel special and supreme that God placed man at the center of the universe. However, with the theory of heliocentrism, it contradicts the Bible and what people thought about religion. The theory disapproves the Bible and showed how insignificant humans really are to the universe. The effect on the people didn't launch until Galileo proved the Copernicus' theory. The Catholic Church soon lost authority to the majority of the scientific community. Soon the theory led many people questioning religion with the truth of the world.
Chase the wind and touch the